A little before 10, officers responded to a shooting in the McDonald's parking lot on North Going Street, where they found over 50 cartridge casings. Investigators say bullets hit at least 2 semi-tractor trailers with people inside. Buildings on Swan Island were also hit. According to dispatch recordings, the shootings came after a funeral.
That call referenced that a group had gone to a funeral, then met up at the McDonald's, and then a shooting ensued that was near Swan Island.
Portland police says 10 minutes later, one of the shooting victims was at Legacy.
It's quiet here now, but Monday night had a much different feel. Portland police responded to Legacy Emanuel after somebody showed up with gunshot wounds and a crowd of people gathered around them. And then just minutes later, 3 more people with gunshot wounds showed up.
Police say the crowd was fighting, arguing with staff, and disrupting the hospital. Several people had guns. Dozens of officers from all over the city were called in and swarmed the hospital. Things calmed down, and by 12:30, the scene cleared. Dispatch said police called it a gang fight.
And information North now has non-emergency off the air for a large gang fight at Emanuel.
You know, it's McDonald's. It's a place where somebody could have been in drive-through and been caught in the crossfire. And that's, that goes to the feeling of safety and how safe the city is.
Some in Northeast Portland grow more anxious, living in an area with such brazen and frequent gun violence.
It's the constant repetitiveness of every night hearing a siren off in the distance. So everybody around here hears it, and everybody is worried about the safety of everybody. And I think there's just been a lack of any sort of assertive response from the city council, from the mayor.
Larry feels safer knowing Portland police teamed up with the FBI to respond to and solve retaliatory and gang-related shootings. But he wants city leaders coming up with better solutions.
We want to see more direct responses from our city and more response from our leaders. Not paper statements. I want to see them out at these.
If you have any information about what happened, Portland Police is asking you to reach out to Crime Stoppers. You can remain anonymous. Reporting in North Portland, Morgan Romero, KGW News.